So lately I've been having some really weird dreams. I had a dream that I almost killed McGee for a school project. So I was drafted into making the yearbook this year, so I had a dream that I had to shrink a photo to make it fit in the yearbook, but it wouldn't work. So this girl told me the way to do it, I had to write it down because it's so long, was to shrink it, compact it, and then use a chemical to make someone pass out. And then the picture would shrink, and I believed her. I didn't remember what chemical she told me to use, and I didn't want to ask her. So I kind of looked through some drawers, and I found this weird yellow foamy stuff that said on the label that it would make people pass out if they smell it. So obviously that was the thing to use. So I put it on the washcloth, and it was time to change classes. So I found McGee in the hallway, and I asked her, "Doesn't this smell like carrots?" And she smelled it, and she got all woozy. She goes, "Whoa, what did you do? What'd you make me smell?" And I was like, nothing. Like, doesn't it smell like carrots? Smell some more. So we were almost to her class, which was social studies, and she was kind of falling over by that point, so she was almost passed out. So I put her in her chair and went to my own class. Then McGee passed out, and the ambulance came, and I had to go to that classroom because I felt really guilty, because I didn't know what happened to her. I just know that she passed out. But it's a good thing that the photo would shrink now, right? The teacher was really concerned, and the girl who told me to use the chemical felt really bad. She was crying, and I had to confess. I didn't want her to feel bad because it was my fault, so I confessed, and I said that I didn't know that she was being sarcastic. So I went home feeling really, really, really guilty for basically killing McGee. My friend told me that it was all over the news. I got 2 international calls on my cell phone, and one was from Saudi Arabia and one was from India. The one from India, I have a voicemail to text thing, so I don't have to actually listen to the voicemail. The one from India said that she understood the yearbook situation and why I was making my friend pass out, but she said I shouldn't have done it. And the one from Saudi Arabia was a missed call. A few days later, I came back to school, but McGee's arm was almost paralyzed. She wasn't dead. That's the good part. My friend and I went to orchestra with her, but we went, and she plays the cello, and she couldn't play the notes because her hand was paralyzed. So he suggested lining up a bunch of spitballs in a straw and spinning them at the strings so she could play the notes, and she said no. Then the class started. By the way, the orchestra was made up of like 15 flutes, and that was really weird. And the class started, and my science teacher was playing the song the orchestra was doing on the piano as they played it. Then his 3-year-old daughter was there too, and sometimes he would stop and just kind of try to make his daughter like guess the notes because he wanted her to, I guess he wanted her to learn piano or something. And then, because I wasn't in the orchestra, I helped her. But then the piano keys turned into like colored pencils. Like, not exactly though. They had colored pencils taped on top of them, and the keys they were taped onto were the colors of the colored pencils on top of them. And then I still felt really guilty at the end.